Hi, my name's Gary Herron. I'm here at the Morpeth Forum at Morpeth Town Hall to talk to people today about our idea for a bouldering centre in the middle of Morpeth.
Tell us a little bit about bouldering, what it's all about and what the demand is in a place like Morpeth.
Yeah, I mean, I think the simplest difference to think about is that if you go climbing, it tends to be higher and you need harnesses, ropes, helmet, etc. For bouldering, the bouldering walls do go up to 4.8 metres, which is about 15 foot, so it's still fairly high, but you can do it with literally just a pair of climbing shoes, and you have crash mats to fall onto if you're unlucky enough to come off the wall. And so our idea is to build a bouldering centre in Morpeth for all age groups, from kids all the way up to seniors and above, and make it accessible to those people who either try it but have to go elsewhere, or people who have maybe never tried it because there isn't a local bouldering centre to them in Northumberland.
I imagine that you're pretty experienced at bouldering yourself, are you?
To be honest, not very. But my eldest son, is the boulderer in the family, and he's been doing it for a while. And I think the thing that made me start to think about the idea for bringing it to Morpeth is that he's enjoyed it so much, and the whole communal aspect of bouldering, whereby you'll go to a bouldering centre, you'll climb for a short while, and then maybe sit around and talk to people, have a cup of coffee, recover your energy, and then you'll go for another climb. So I think that whole communal aspect of it is equally as positive as the whole health aspect of bouldering climbing.
Now, have you got a site earmarked for this?
Yeah, where we're looking at it. To be honest, it couldn't be any better than it is, but the location is the old Coliseum cinema and more recently nightclub above Wetherspoons, right in the middle of Morpeth. The difference with Northumberland Bouldering Centre, or the Coliseum as we're going to call it, is that it's going to be set up and have challenging enough bouldering walls from everyone from young children or beginners all the way up to much more experienced climbers.
So is it the case that you would see people coming from further afield to enjoy the facilities?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, a lot of climbers, and today's been interesting so far. We've had mainly older people or adults coming during the day, with all the kids being at school, but there's so many people who do climb, but obviously at the moment they have to travel to either Tyneside or further afield to do their climbing. So there's been a very positive reaction about people who would like to do it and do it locally, and by the same token people from outside of Morpeth or Northumberland, if the walls get a good reputation, which they should, given the suppliers that we're using, and we'll talk on that in a second, the people will travel to come to these walls.
And what about the site itself? Would it need very much work?
Yeah, so it's in good structural condition, but there will be a lot of work required for just to refit it. And then the main bouldering gym, as it's called, we're using a company called EP Climbing. Now, this company is the company that did the climbing and bouldering walls at both the Tokyo Olympics and the Paris Olympics. So we're using arguably the best company that there is around, and they've built and developed over 10,000 walls over the last 30 plus years, so they really do know what they're talking about. So hopefully, as a result of our partnership with them, then we'll have a really positive bouldering facility here in Morpeth.
I'd imagine you've got a few hoops to jump through before you can consider starting.
Yeah, we've got lots of hoops and lots of hurdles as well, but we've had some initial conversations with Northumberland County Council, and I have to say the response so far has been very positive from them, and we're in discussions with funders at the moment, and none of this stuff unfortunately comes cheap, but we want to do it properly, so we're talking to funders, and that's hopefully going to be finalised over the next few months.
Can you say roughly how much it might cost?
I'd rather not just at the moment, mainly because it's not finalised. But it's as I say, it's we want to do it properly, and anything done properly, especially this type of thing, does cost money.
And if you get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed and everything looks good, When would you hope to start?
So, subject to all those hurdles and hoops, then we'd be looking at possibly Easter next year, maybe summer next year, which would be ideal for the tourist traffic. And obviously this as an indoor activity could be superb for all the tourists that visit Northumberland, and from a winter point of view, very much for all the more local climbers who might want to keep on training during the colder and darker months.